Wow.
I know. Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. We're back and living color once again. One day we're gonna come in here and we're gonna tell y'all good morning and we're gonna say it's Memorex. It's not gonna be live. It's gonna be Memorex. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the BYOB Morning Show. We are so glad to have you all with us today, and we are glad to be able to be with you today. Guess what we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about, do you know how to find missing money? Because you know how sometimes, Berlin. Oh, and by the way, I'm Rose Fauntleroy, your virtual sales genie. How y'all doing? And I got my beautiful co-host. And we're gonna toss around the topic this morning of how, do you know how to find missing money? Because sometimes you may take $5, $10, $20 or whatever, and you may be running out the house or whatever, and you may put it in your jacket pocket. You don't end up spending it, but you come home, you take off your jacket, you hang your jacket up, but you don't remember that bill is still in your jacket pocket. Till one day, it could be a week later, month, could be a year later. I've done it a year later. You go to put on that jacket and you reach in the pocket and there's that money. There's that missing money because you often thought, what did I do with that money? And you don't think that you left it in a jacket or wherever.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden you say, Lord, I found the missing money. So today we're going to talk about how to find your missing money. And that doesn't mean you go run all through the house and look under sofa cushions. You could do that, and all your jackets and your old wallet, because you leave money everywhere. But what you think about that, Verlin?
That's true. We do leave. Good morning, everyone. I'm Verlin Smith Randolph, the Rose of Audacity. You're right. And then we can have missing money by overspending and things we think we have to have,
Mm,
like a $200 cable bill, right?
yeah, yeah.
A $200 cable bill, and then you don't even have all the premium channels with that. Or how we just I want to say overspend. I want to say we indulge in a lot of things that we don't, unnecessary things, and we just spend and we spend. And then when you sit back, if you take that pen and paper and you sit down and you write it down, you can see where you have missing money, $200 over here, $300 over there a month, if you just peel off some of that unnecessary.
Mm-hmm. You
Peel
know,
off some of the unnecessary.
some of the unnecessary, but you know what, Verlin? You make a good point on that cable thing because everybody's talking about how they're cutting the cord with cable, cutting the cord, and they either have Fire Sticks, Roku's, things like that. And yeah, they may fiddle faddle with them like people like to do. But if you're not careful, you could end up with a regular cable bill and a lot of streaming apps that also cost that, and you really haven't cut the cord because you're paying for your regular cable, you're paying for these apps, so now you have a bigger bill than what you started out with,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't even realize it. You don't realize until you go back and do an audit. You go back and look at what you're spending where. So you made a really good point with that. But you know what else? What about that stimulus money that everyone's getting?
Uh-uh.
Oh, did I say something wrong? Look,
Just
do I have to smack my hand? Did I say
no,
something
because
wrong?
see that right there, it's just, I don't get it.
Because you're getting, what is it, 1,400, or if you have kids, 2,800, whatever it is that you're getting. and everyone's excited. And I understand it because money and things like that have been really tight. But what are you going to do with it? Are you going to run out and are you going to run out and
Put it back in the economy, or
yeah,
are you just gonna take care of home
you go pay some bill,
or
or
some
are
of the
you
necessities that have gone, you know?
lacking?
Yeah.
Or are you going to do something with a part of it? Not all of it, with a part of it so that you won't be missing money in the future. Are you going to invest at least part of it into something that can continually make you money?
Right.
Or are you going to go buy a couple TVs or whatever that's not going to make you anything? Well, it's going to make you something. It's going to make you lazy. It's going to make you sit down. It's going to but I understand that to a certain extent too, because when you're watching TV, you don't really have to think about the things that are going on. You concentrate on what's in front of you on the
Right. It's a distraction.
a distraction and a release. But
Mm-hmm.
what better way to be distracted than to know that you'll never get caught in that situation again? And trust me, y'all, we not telling you something that we haven't experienced ourselves. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I can't speak for you, Verly. I can only speak for me. I'm not telling you something that I haven't experienced for myself
Oh,
because
absolutely.
I've thrown away a lot of money that ended up missing.
Right.
Because you may not miss it now, but when it's gone, it's missing.
It's gone. And then in hindsight, you sitting there thinking, what did I do with it? It ran like water.
Oh my goodness, right through your fingers. You can't hold
Ran
water
like
in your
water.
hand for so long.
It ran like water. But you may be also you brought up stimulus. The 1,400, you may say, well, that's not enough for me to get started. That's not enough for me to plant a seed for a business.
Yes, it
That's
is.
not going to work. But it is enough. It is enough. And we need to take, even you can have greater with little. I don't care what nobody say. You can do it. All depend on how you handle your little. Your little can become much. But it's all in how you do it. It's all in how you do it. And it's best to just take your little and put it somewhere where it can be multiplied.
Right.
Where you
Joanna says
can.
she's
Mm-hmm.
gonna do truck maintenance first so she can make her deliveries. Well, see, she's using hers that's going to benefit her, not just having her transportation, but that's going to help her in her business.
It's going to help her in her business. Right. So it
And
is enough. It's the mindset.
it
It's
absolutely
the
is.
mindset. Right.
So what we're talking about is how to find do you know how to find your missing money? And there's so many ways to find your missing money. One is you audit your bills. You go through what you're spending. And I'm sure a lot of people have done that. Excuse me. But you go back through because it may be something you missed. That's one way. A second way is you look at what's available to help you start a business with the stimulus that you get. I mean, I know businesses that you could start for $30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to take a little work. It's going to take some time, but you can do it. So that's a second way. A third way, I say a third way on finding your missing money is finding missing people who owe you money. What you say, Freddie?
Right. That's a start. That's a start right there.
Mm-hmm,
Locating them
mm-hmm,
to get your money. And it's okay to ask for my money.
mm-hmm.
Because they didn't have a problem with asking you. They just had a little slow on paying it back.
Right. And
Oh,
everybody
Lord.
needs help. We not faulting them. Everybody needs help every now and then. But when you get down to 6 months, 2 years,
Yeah.
where my money?
Yeah. So join us for the Missing Money webinar on tomorrow night at 8 o'clock p.m. CST. You can register at bit.ly, Missing Money 20 one.
Absolutely.
And
And
sit there and listen under culture. You have no idea. It's so many areas where we missing maybe $12 here, $30 there, 50, and it adds up.
it does add up.
Adds up.
It does. And when you look at, if you look at $12 a month, that's $144 a year.
Mm-hmm.
But it's suppose it's $12 a week.
Yeah.
That's $12 a week times 52.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and when you start finding little increments like that, you'd be surprised at what you can do with them.
Right.
What you can do with them. Throw it in a jar, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
let it build. Let those little pieces, that little bit of money you find, because you can't despise small beginnings.
Not at all. You know, I heard someone say a couple of weeks ago that each time you get a $5 bill, you take it and put it in the envelope.
Mm.
Just a $5 bill. Put it in an envelope and save it for 12 months. And you'll be amazed at how much money
You
you
have.
actually save with just $5 bills.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, you know, I started. I started.
I started putting, I went back old school. I started putting my change and my bills, you know, in a mason jar.
Mm-hmm. See? And
And
it adds up.
it does add
It
up. I've been
adds
doing it
up.
for this whole pandemic.
Right. It adds up. And you know, back in the day, they used to say, save all the coins in the big 5-gallon water jugs and all, but it adds up. So we have missing money all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Missing money.
And that's part of what Coach is going to teach us. And of course, y'all already know she's gonna kick the door in.
As per usual.
Mm-hmm. She's gonna over deliver. She's gonna answer your questions, but you would be surprised at what you learn in the Missing Money webinar. You know, there's so many different ways. I was talking about how we put money into, you know, a jacket pocket and forget,
Mm-hmm.
or we have it in a purse, and
Yeah, yeah.
then we switch up purses, and we forget that the money is in the little zipper part on the purse when
Mm-hmm.
we switch things out. Because I don't know if you all are like me now. I'm gonna talk about me a little bit. I'll switch out a purse, but you know how you accumulate a lot of paper and just unnecessary stuff in your purse.
Right.
When you switch out, you leave all that unnecessary stuff in the purse, saying, well, I say I'm gonna come back later and I'm gonna clean this purse out. It doesn't happen until you go to use it again.
Right. And then that's where you found it.
And that's where you find some missing money. So there are a lot of ways, but to find, and also we're talking personally, but they're finding missing money in your business. In your business.
Yeah.
You know, how many subscriptions do you have for your business that you're not using? That you may have used one time, or you may have just been excited about and you bought it, but you never used it.
Mm-hmm.
But you're still being billed for it. That's missing money too. You know, that's missing money that could go toward something else in your business. I mean,
Now,
I'm just saying.
you're just being real because it's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's missing. It's not like someone stole it. It's like you're giving it away unnecessarily.
Absolutely.
Right?
And especially when you don't touch it.
When you don't touch it. If it's on that auto thing coming out
your auto draft.
Right. You forget about the $9 to $20 and it all adds up.
It all adds up. Now, I'm telling you something, Berlin. Somebody gonna be upset with us today because somebody out here listening to us is gonna go back. They're gonna say, "Oh yeah, I got a whole bunch of things that's being auto draft. Let me go. Let me go look at that." So that money gonna end up missing for somebody else. But you have to Good morning, Heather, and grand risings to you. You have to be diligent and try to be a good steward over your money because that's how it benefits you. Now, yes, they want you to put your stimulus money back into the economy, but you also have to look out for your personal economy as well. So, what can you do with part of that money? Yeah, you should entertain yourself some, but what can you do with part of that money? Part of that money to benefit you to grow more money.
Right.
Because it's about always moving forward and being able to grow so you don't get stuck in a certain position, all the time. What you think?
That's true. Ever growing. Just like we're supposed to do in our business. Our money can just keep growing. And as I said, no matter how little you start, but it's a learned behavior.
It is.
It's a learned behavior to be able to do that because I'm guilty. I didn't always do it.
Lord knows I didn't.
I didn't. But it's a learned behavior. And sitting under wise counsel, you will learn these things. And this is why we invite you to come to the webinar on tomorrow. Go to bit.ly, Missing Money 21, and learn and just see. You're going to have some aha moments. The light is going to come on. Like, why am I doing this? I can't believe I had hundreds of dollars just going out, right? And I'm not benefiting from it. It's just going out. And because we don't realize, we know it's coming out, but we don't realize the impact that it would have, right?
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. And plus, when it's going out automatically, it's almost like set it and forget it.
Right.
It's like how the guy said that thing, you set it and you forget it.
Right.
And you do when you have automatic drafts and stuff. And then you're not using what you're being drafted for. So then you're missing your money. But another way of missing money is, especially in your business, is that it's tax time. So do you have a tax professional who can direct you in your business? Now, you probably should have done this a few months ago, but it's never too late to start. It's never too late to start. You get you a tax advisor, and they can tell you how to structure your business so that it's most beneficial to you. Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, all of those folks, they knew how to get wise counsel so that they wouldn't be missing their money.
Absolutely.
So that they would know how to legally keep their money. Well, we are the same way. Our companies may not be as big as theirs, but there's nothing saying that it can't be. But that can only happen when you're diligent over your money so that you can keep it ever growing and not ever giving it away.
Right.
Not ever giving it away. So, y'all go to bit.ly/missingmoney21. Join us tomorrow night and find out we can't tell you all of them, because if we tell you all of the ways you're missing your money, you wouldn't come. And we want to see your face in the place. Joanne, Heather, Keisha, Dorothy, thank you all for joining us this morning. We see you all. We hope to see you in this no-cost webinar on tomorrow night at bit.ly/missingmoney21. That's another thing. You're missing your money because you're not showing up.
Because you're not showing. Right. How about that?
How about that? That just hit because you're not showing up. So don't be in the not showing up category. Show up and hang out with us tomorrow night. We're going to have some fun, but we're going to learn some things too.
Right.
bit.ly/missingmoney21. Verlin, anything you want to tell the people before we get out of here? Because We got to go find our own money.
Yes, we do. I just want to thank you for joining us this morning. First of all, Rose didn't say it's Friday, so I kind of missed that this morning. But consider going to the link and registering and meeting us over in the webinar
On the other side.
on the other side. Because in the webinars and these telesummits and these conferences, you realize how much you did not know. And it's not a bad thing. It's really a good thing. Because then that way your mind is open and you're receptive to receiving the information that you really didn't have and that you really didn't know. So we thank you for joining us this morning. Go to bit.ly/missingmoney21. Have an amazing day, and we look forward to seeing you in the webinar. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Have a great day on purpose.